Hi, sorry I'm so late, but I'm keeping my commitments. It's one of my intentions I set for this month, for this lunar cycle. So, hi Pisces, sorry it's so late, but tonight is the final night of the full moon phase of the moon, and I'll be damned if I was gonna leave you out. So, we're gonna get started here in a moment on your full moon reading for Pisces. Sun rising, what the hell's that? Sun, rising, moon, and north node for Pisces. I am Blue Moon Oracle. I forgot to introduce myself. And I just really want to apologize for turning over late. Also, I just forgot I was live and I was about to go, fuck, I'm just going to start that intro over. And I can't do that because I'm live. I'm a little delirious. These readings are fun. They're new. Well, I mean, this is my third set of readings to do, and I've tried them differently every single time, just because I'm trying, different things out. And I'm learning new things every time. I'm trying to look at snafus as just opportunities to learn and grow and enjoy the process. Okay, so we're going to clear the energy together, Pisces. Okay. We're going to take a couple deep breaths. I hear my kid screaming. I don't know why he's even awake. I already put him to bed. He's 13. I mean, I didn't technically put him to bed, but, I made sure he went laid down. He may be barging in here soon. So I'll apologize in advance. Okay. I don't know why I've been having rosemary with me all day. It smells really good. And I've been feeling this need to kind of go around it all day long. All right. So before we get started, Mercury is in retrograde. So communication has been a little way and will be through the 21st of February. Mercury rules communication. So to combat that, and I mean, I do this regularly, but I wanted to include you in this part of the process. I am inviting Archangel Gabriel into this time with us. He is the Archangel of Communication. His name means messenger of God. So I'm asking him to be here with us to help the communication flow. Make sure that I'm transmitting the messages clearly. I also involve Archangel Uriel and ask him to be with us. He is the Archangel for prophecy and psychics, aha moments, wisdom, understanding. Also Archangel Raphael, angel of healing. God heals. I want him to be here with us, as or them. Who knows? Are they male by binary? I don't know. Invite them to be with us. I've also asked Archangel Metatron to join us. When we do shadow work, we are clearing karmic debt. We are learning karmic lessons. He is over the Akashic records. So I've asked him to join us as well. I've asked my ancestors, my guides, my deities that I work with, as well as yours, to join us in this time together to make this a sacred space for us, so that we can really clear out the garbage that no longer serves us and bring in the abundance that is truly available for us. We can raise our vibration together and bring in that goodness, that abundance that belongs to us out there. And we can fulfill and know our life's purpose, our soul's purpose, and find true joy and wholeness. That's my wish for myself and for those who work with me, who join me on this journey, okay? So before we get into the full moon reading, because the full moon is simply the midway point in the lunar cycle, and it's the time where we commonly check in, touch base, see how our new moon intentions are going. Also a time where we are grateful and show some gratitude for what we have been manifesting so far. Before we get to that, I thought we could review what we covered, Pisces, in our new moon reading that we did roughly, 2 weeks ago. And if you haven't had a chance to take a look at it, you can definitely go to my videos on Facebook or go to my YouTube channel, same title, Blue Moon Oracle, and click on the minute marker for your sign. But I'm going to go over high level, kind of what we talked about. So the new moon came in your 11th house, which had to do with social circles, friends, and meeting new people. And big word for that was like manifestation. Just what a way to kind of kick off 2021, Pisces. So we talked about writing down whatever it is you wanted, because this was a time to manifest. We talked about spirit. So spirit gave me some messages for you all And one of the messages that was from Spirit to Pisces was it is a time to surrender. There was another one. I don't know if they were connected. I'm going by the notes that I took then. Okay. That it was time to walk away, that it was done. We also got create. So it was a big time for creating. And then there was a situation where one of you or some of you, probably not one of you, hopefully some of you, were going kind of back and forth on, and you were having a hard time making a decision about. So the word from Spirit was like to seek counsel. Just go outside of yourself, get out of your head, and then seek counsel from somebody, and to pick somebody that you know is going to be a straight shooter with you, like a no bullshit kind of person to get that advice from. Also, there was some advice from Spirit to do a gratitude list and to kind of start trying to incorporate some kind of daily gratitude into your daily routine. The card that came up, I don't always, whenever I'm seeking like word from Spirit before I do a reading, I don't necessarily pull tarot cards beforehand. I really don't, but I felt led and compelled when I did yours and I was consulting with Spirit about the Pisces collective. I pulled a card. I shuffled the deck. A card that came out was the Five of Pentacles. So there was a message from Spirit to releasing the spirit of lack and poverty consciousness that comes with that Five of Pentacles card. Because of the month that you entered into, the moon cycle that you entered into being in your 11th house about manifestation. That's important because when we are trying to manifest things, we can say, I want this. But if what we believe in here is, lack, right? That's the vibration we're actually putting out. And our vibrations are going to be louder than this. So it was about aligning this. And Spirit was saying that like now is the time to release that and to release hope and to release a belief that better things were in store for you and that the universe like had your back and was bringing good things into your life, but you needed to be open to receive that. And then the angel number that was given to Pisces at the beginning of the lunar cycle was 1473. So what I do when I get the numbers is I'll kind of break down the individual numbers and then get the overall vibration of the combination down to a single digit, but then encourage you to go look up angel number 1473 for some additional numbers. But the temporary vibration overall, and I felt very strongly that this is to continue through the lunar cycle for Pisces, is 6. So 1473 reduces down to 6. We have the power of 1. We have some new beginnings, new perspectives, new dynamics coming into play here. We have 4, which is a number of stability and some masculine energies and structure. 7, again, another masculine number. We're talking about fact-finding, analysis, separating the emotion out of things. And then 3 is that creative expression and bringing those things into fruition. And that had to do a lot with that social circle too. And, 3 is a number of basically everybody loves you. It's a popularity number. It's a good time for going out and putting some business ideas into play. And then overall combined, the number is 6. And so that number is following us into the second half of the lunar cycle, Pisces. Okay. And so 6 is all about the home, redecorating, remodeling, moving, domestic. It's all about domestic and all about community. Okay. It's about all those kinds of responsibilities. It's about marriage. It's about a change in home, possibly in any of those ways, remodeling, redecorating, that kind of thing. You may, during this time, develop strong ties to somebody. It could lead to relationship, love. It could be a new friend that becomes a very strong, good friend. You're going to feel a greater responsibility during this cycle to be there for somebody, to be supportive to your friends, but be careful and don't take on more responsibility that is necessary. So have healthy boundaries in those relationships. So don't accept more burden than is necessary. 6 also stimulates those artistic abilities that you guys all have. And so again, remember that message from Spirit again was create, create, create. One of the activation cards you got in the sacred geometry that came up after we talked about the message, well, a couple of them, but one of them was sacral chakra. And that's where our creating comes from. And there was a lot of cards that came up. I think we had also the Divine Feminine come up as a sacred activation, sacred geometry activation card too. So there was a lot around stimulating that, the ability to create and to really work on that sacral chakra stuff. Also, this vibration 6 carries with it you know, first of all, looking at the home and the relationships within the home and align. I'm sorry, I got an itchy nose. I'm going to go ahead and just really itch the hell out of it so I can be done with it, because that was driving me crazy. Sorry. The home and working on those relationships first. And then again, I mentioned you want to maybe go out and help in the community, but focus on home first. That was like really strong. Okay. And then secondly too, about focusing on the body, focusing on the physical body. So exercise, getting a checkup, getting to the doctor, getting a checkup, getting physically healthy. If you are somebody who does a lot of cardio, it's time to bring in some weightlifting. If you're somebody who just likes to do some, you know, muscle work, it's time to bring in some cardio or some yoga. So we're like, and if you're doing nothing, it's time to start something. And taking care of the whole body, your skin, everything. It's just taking care of the whole being, mind, body, and spirit. And when we are talking about taking on additional responsibilities while we have this 6 vibration for Pisces, really think things through before you take on any responsibilities, because what's going to come with that responsibility while we have this vibration of 6 for you all is this deep need to finish what you start. Okay. So we don't want to overburden ourselves. So before you commit yourself to something, just take a step back and take a little bit longer before you commit to it, and like, you know, kind of weigh things out. Okay. This has a potential to be a very rewarding time for Pisces. As long as there's we look to maintain balance and harmony within. Okay. And then I think of the Lover's card. Obviously I can't help it when I think of the number 6, you know, with an internal balance, and harmony within, and, healing. And so when we think of that exercise and we're healing, we're talking about, you know, with in the context of shadow work, which is where I like to, this, my favorite realm here, you know, it's more than just the subconscious, which is what Jungian shadow work is. You know, it's in the physical body. So that exercise is going to help get that stuff out of the physical beings. We have the chakras, the energetic centers, also have the shadow elements to it. And then those energetic centers are connected to the physical body. Psoas muscle, the vagal nerve system that runs up the spine. The psoas muscle comes around here and it goes around the pelvis area, the lymphatic system. All of these things I feel like are very important to focus on while we're in this vibration, number 6. Okay, and then talking about new intentions that we set. A lot of speaking truth in our relationships. Speaking throat chakra came up. A lot of speaking truth in our romantic relationships, and in also some of you like live with your family still, and or sibling or roommate, and so they're not necessarily all romantic, but these are close relationships, and really feeling that courage to be able to speak the throat chakra truth, those deep spiritual truths, those deep emotional truths with courage to those relationships. So we had that set as an intention. So I would speak my truth with confidence in my close relationships was one of the ones we came up with. Adding physical, I didn't even realize that, but adding physical exercise to the routine was an intention that was set as well. And then creating was something we were going to add into that. So let's see how you're doing, because with this full moon, this is the last night of the full moon phase. It's left Leo, it's in Virgo, and I think it's leaving Virgo. And then tomorrow, the disseminating moon phase starts. But this full moon came in your 6th house, which rules daily routines, including work, your health. Here's health coming up again. This is a really good time for you deciding, you know, to work on yourselves, because you are really totally in touch with all of self. And you know your flaws and you know what needs working on. And this is a really good time to start taking care of all those things. So this even coming in astrologically, this is the time to start taking care of the body, body, mind, and spirit, and working all 3 of them. And shadow work is great for that. So let's check and see how you're doing on your new moon intentions. See what you're manifesting. Sorry. I don't know how I keep spreading out. My stuff just keeps spreading out everywhere. So let's see how you're doing, what you're manifesting. Let's see what aspect of the shadow is coming up. The disseminating moon phase brings up stuff, self-limiting beliefs, rise to the surface. Great time for shadow work. Let's get ahead of it. It's going to be coming up here in this next week. You know, tomorrow it starts the disseminating moon phase, but you know, I don't know where the hell it's going to come up. Let's find out what needs releasing so we can use the power of the moon to release that shit that no longer serves us. Then we're going to see what energies are coming in to assist, or if there's any obstacles coming in. And let's see if we need to adjust our intentions. And then also ultimately, like, what magic are we creating? Like, what's the end result going to be for this lunar cycle for Pisces? Okay. Let me just see for a second here what the hell deck I'm going to use. Let's see. I'm feeling a lot lighter. I'm going to just go with my Modern Witch Tarot to start with. I'm going to shuffle it one more time. I don't know why this deck is so huge. My little hands can't fit around it. I have to like separate it and shuffle it in 2 separate stacks and then go back together. I mean, it's the normal amount of cards, but it's like almost double the size of some of my other decks. Let's get you an activation card. I feel like doing that. Let's get a Sacred Geometry activation card for this reading. This is the one that's already shuffled. All right, can I get an activation card for Pisces for this reading, please? And what I started doing is putting a picture of the activation card in the comments after the reading. It likely won't happen until tomorrow because it's so late. Okay, so the card that we got, Pisces, for this reading is authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. And this is from the Sacred Geometry Oracle deck. This is the number 10. It's a new beginning. Spirit's helping us. We're in a new journey. So again, that's the frequency of authority. Reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. No, I'm kind of getting King of Swords energy with that card. I don't know if that's what's coming to mind. Also a little King of Cups. All right, so let's see what you've been manifesting, Pisces. All right, what have Pisces been manifesting since this new moon? Well, some good shit. All right, I'm going to get the cards first, and then I talk out loud. Sorry. I'm going to get the cards first and then see what aspect of shadow is coming to the surface. Okay. What needs releasing for Pisces? Well, these cards are eager to talk. Okay. What energy is coming in to assist Pisces? What energy is coming in to assist? Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of the 6 cards that are here, 5 of them are major arcana cards. You're having some serious life-changing stuff going on, like karmic clearing, karmic debt clearing, like major stuff going on. Okay. All right, what intentions need to be set? Oh my God. Okay, we've got 3 cards that jump there. And then what magic are Pisceans creating this lunar cycle? Okay. Okay, so we have some folks going on, like, I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, the Pisces have some massive stuff going on, like, good stuff. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 cards jump total for a 6-card draw. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So half of them are major arcana cards. I mean, major arcana cards are archetypal themes, glimpses into the subconscious. I mean, these cards indicate that forces outside of you are at work in your life. I mean, this is vibrations you put out. You're bringing this into your life. So what have you been manifesting? We've got the Star card and the Emperor. We've got Aquarian energy and we've got Aries energy here. So you've clearly come through a Tower experience. The Tower, something has come through and wiped everything out for you. Because the Star card is that, you know, that unencumbered freedom that comes when, you know, shit has been wiped out and things have been cleared. The garbage has been cleared. The energetic garbage has been cleared. And then there's that flow that comes from spirit down through your entire being. I mean, these cards here, these stars represent the chakras and the connection to spirit. And then the foot in the water. Hold on, this stammering. I'm trying. Okay, in the water here and then here. This represents being, you know, this flow between the conscious and the subconscious. And, you know, this is vulnerability. This is nakedness. And this is the number, this is 17. This reduces to the number 8. 8 is a karmic number. 8 is karma is king. It's about breaking cycles and patterns. And again, this comes after the Tower. So you have been through some shit. And this is the wish, this is the dream come true kind of card. You know, this is the calm after the storm, and after everything's kind of been rebuilt. Like this is that, just like, oh, thank God it's over. You know what I mean? And it, that's amazing stuff. That's amazing stuff. It's innocence, it's joy, it's hope. It's that new perspective, that old stuff, you know, and the Tower, the crown is burst off the top of it. The foundation has been ripped out, but, you know, while we're going through the Tower, it seems so horrible and just, you know, painful. And then afterwards, we're like, oh, well, yeah, that needed to happen. And then, like, the energy that comes in is divine. It's divine energy. I mean, the Tower is divine. It doesn't feel divine when it's coming in. But when we get to the Star card, you know, we have the energy of 1 and the energy of 7. I mean, it's a beautiful place to be. It's alignment. It's cleared. The chakras are clear, they're flowing, the energy is flowing from the earth through Mother Gaia up through the crown chakra. I mean, it's an energetic flow of amazing, it's just an amazing place to be. And then you got the Emperor. That's what you're manifesting too. I mean, the Emperor it's Aries energy. So, you know, this is stability. This is structure. This is ambition. This is masculine, healthy masculine energy, healthy, healed masculine energy. You know, this is, you know, the word you got, the new moon intentions was create, create, create. And you've got the divine feminine activation card. I mean, the creating is absolutely necessary and a part of what's doing, but in order to bring about what the Empress creates, I mean, we need the Emperor to bring those things into actual fruition and to have results come back. So, I mean, amazing work, Pisces, amazing work, amazing work. I don't feel like I even need to get any kind of clarification on that. That's just good job. That's some good shit. It's good job. Okay, so what is coming to the surface? What part of shadow is coming to the surface? Everything is fine. I want you to look at the kind of art on this card. She's on her cell phone. The knives are all stabbing in her back. Everything is fine. This is like a bonus card in the deck. There's the 10 of Swords, and then there's this essentially it's the 10 of Swords. So a couple of things are happening, but this is in the context of this card, shadow. What shadow is rising? It's just the end of the journey. So, you know, when the Rider-Waite deck, the swords are all down the spine. The spine is the root chakra. The spine is where the Kundalini energy travels up. This is, now we're dealing with some stuff. We're dealing with some pain and stuff that's very, very old, very, very deep, and it has to do with fundamental safety and security. And this is going to come to the surface. It's been here a million times before. This is where the shadow was created. This is what created the shadow initially. Okay. For me personally, I had like about, I don't know, about 30 of them. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if they just get bigger or if you get, I feel like I had multiple shadows. I had a lot of trauma starting very, very young. So I fragmented into a million pieces because of all the trauma. And my trauma started very young in infancy. When I got home from the hospital, my abuse started. But this is something that has to do with like the sense of safety and security. I'm going to get some more clarity on that. Because of the placement, I don't feel like it's something else. Because the placement is what part of shadow is coming to the surface. But also, you know, no, I'm going to get some more clarity on that. I'm going to get some more clarity. And I'm going to use my Darkwood Tarot. Darkwood Tarot. Shadow. Can I get some clarity, please, for Pisces on everything is fine? Looks like one card. Oh my God. Olivia, if you're still watching this, like, look at that. Look what card just clarified that card. That's the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords just clarified. Hi, Heather. The 10 of Swords just clarified the 10 of Swords. So, I mean, that tells me I'm right. But whenever that happens, when I use two different decks, what I like to do is get the book that goes with the deck. Just because I just feel like there's a reason that Spirit is giving me the same fucking cards to clarify the same card. One, I feel like it's confirming it, but also since I'm using specialty decks, I feel like, let me just get the book open. Just let me get the book open. Let me get the book open, because I mean, they do beautiful pictures, and then they have like, you know, great stuff in here from the authors too. This is one of my favorite decks, this Darkwood Tarot. I use it all the time. Actually, I kind of avoid using it because, well, I use it a lot, but it's like really when I need to break through some cognitive dissonance. As this is when I get this deck out, when I'm just like stuck. So again, the question here is, what aspect of shadow is rising? So it says, come out of death pose, Shavasana. Face the light. Stand up tall, engage in positive self-care and nurturing activities. Stay attuned to your responsibilities. New opportunities are waiting for you. This time around, you'll get control of the narrative. The cycle has ended. Destructive patterns and thoughts are no longer holding you in order to define you. Everything you clung to in order to define yourself, even the dark, negative things, is gone. As this cycle completes, this death, this final death, above all others, leads to new emergence of your soul, possibilities, and a new narrative. This is like the final rising of that stuff. And it's going to say, stand up through this, walk through this. This is like the final time. This is like the stuff that's very deep bottom. That's the aspect of the shadow that's coming out, the very part of it. And in the past, I feel like in the past, this may have been something, this definitely was something that would cause retreat. Cause retreat. For me, this is something that would, what I'm getting from this is something that would have put me back in my bed. I suffer from, I have complex PTSD. This is something that would have put me back in my bed, or caused my agoraphobia to come out, or caused, trigger warning, self-harming to come back, which I haven't done in 5 years. So I am in recovery from that. But you know, one of my bad coping skills. This is the kind of pain that would have done that in the past. But we're facing that. That's what's going to come up. And the energy that's coming in to help you is the moon. So there's going to be clarity that comes in with this. Okay. So what needs releasing? What needs releasing? This is the end. This is the end, because look what needs releasing. We got the Lovers, and we got the King of Cups. What needs releasing? These are not negative things that need releasing. This is about the integration of self. This is healing. This is Archangel Raphael. This is a major arcana card. Plus your vibration that you got for the month is 6. For the lunar cycle, not the month, for the lunar cycle. So this is following you into February. You got the vibration of 6. That's being released. You know, we've got the tree of knowledge. We've got the tree of life. We've got the Kundalini snake in here. I forget where I mentioned Kundalini. Oh, I mentioned Kundalini like twice already. This is, you know, the healing of the feminine and the masculine, the anima and the animus, looking into Jungian shadow work, the anima and the animus. This is, you know, this is this part of you, this painful part, you know, looking to the nurturing feminine part of you, and this feminine part of you relying on the divine. This new way of being, okay? And allowing the divine to heal. This is Archangel Raphael, which I invited to join us when we got started. And the King of Cups. I don't feel like this is a well, let me take a second to think about this. I mean, I feel like if this was a bad person in your life that you needed to release, if this was a person you need to release, this would have come up upside down. You know, if there's a this is Pisces. No, is this a Scorpio? It's definitely water sign. I know that much. This might be Scorpio energy. You would know if I'm going to mention that. It's potential that there's a male in your life that's a water sign. I'm going to lean towards Scorpio that you might need to release. I'm not. It's kind of iffy. So there might be one person, like literally one person, that applies to. Other than that, it's going to be your spiritual gifts, your intuition, your healing abilities, your creativity. It's like releasing the essence of who you are. This is a card. When I first did shadow work, the very first time I asked my shadow to reveal itself through a tarot spread, I created a 12 card tarot spread. My therapist helped me do it to meet my shadow self, one of my shadow selves. And the very first card that revealed itself to me as my shadow was this card. And I remember when I was working through this, I said to my therapist, I'm like, I feel like this is like fucking two people. But then at the same time, I was like, I feel like this is the essence of who I am. And this is before I knew tarot, and like I knew what tarot meant. And this is the essence of who we are. This is us healed and integrated and whole. And it is separate. It is separate. It is two people. Before we're healed and we complete the integration of self. But in the Lover's card, this is where this happens. And that's why in the Chariot, you know, we got the control of the light and the dark, of the dual nature of us as a human being. Okay. Also, I feel like there is a romantic piece to this for somebody. Okay. So there is somebody that is super obsessed. I'm sorry about the word. I'm blaming retrograde because I'm not usually this direct with the idea of a soulmate. And that needs to be released because it's like blocking you from finding yourself, because there's this something is driving you to like need a loving partner. And while we need the loving partner, we're not able to deal with ourselves because we need to first find that wholeness in ourselves before we're going to be able to be ready for a partner, before we're going to be ready for that quote soulmate. So what's being looked for is the other half of self. That's why that drive is compelling so strongly, looking and aching for that other person. This is why the relationship patterns that this person is having is so intense. And, you know, we hear the concept of soulmate and twin flames and that kind of stuff. I don't know anybody who's had successful twin flame relationships because they're not intended to be that way. They're intended to help you get to a place where it's like, you got to find yourself. Stop finding yourself. So what do I need to release? What do I need to release from these two things? The key words you got, and one of the main words you got, the very first word Spirit gave me for Pisces in the very beginning of the moon cycle was surrender. And then what came out during the reading was surrender spiritually. Surrender to spirit for your healing. Surrender to spirit for your healing. And I'm getting that here. There's a need to continue to surrender. So we're not changing. We're just continuing to surrender to spirit for the remainder of our healing. This is God heals. This is Archangel Raphael. And then this is definitely some of you are into it. All of you are. Pisces, I mean, you know, you're Cancers. We're like this. You're intuitive. You're psychic. You're a healer yourself. And you don't share that gift with the world. And you need to share that gift with the world. You need to step into who you are from that perspective. But this healing has to happen. This healing has to happen. I'm going to get some more clarity on that. And, you know, I got to admit, this authority card that you got in the beginning, that is about stepping into who you are, you know, stepping into your authority as a healer, as a psychic, as what are you calling it? A light worker, I think you might call yourself. I call myself a shadow worker, but I think you might call yourself a light worker. I think that's what I'm getting, is like you call yourself a light worker. Is there anything else in this for releasing? Well, this is going to be for the people who haven't achieved the star card, because I've got the star in reverse here. And that goes with surrendering to spirit and allowing the spiritual connection. That goes with that, you know, surrendering to spirit for your healing. Being vulnerable, opening up, trusting spirit. Then we've got the Two of Wands in reverse and the Four of Cups in reverse. You know, in the Four of Cups, I kind of interpret the Four of Cups slightly a little bit different. So the Four of Cups, you know, there's that hand in the cloud coming to that person. I found that really interesting, because the only time you ever see the cloud and the hand coming is in aces, and it's always divine. And then all of a sudden, this four, you have this hand coming, you know, in the cloud. I feel like it's like a message. It's a message from spirit. Is it going to be received? Is that person like distracted or busy? And this card is reversed. So it's like resisting the message from spirit. What is it we don't want to hear? What is it we're resisting hearing from spirit. What is it we're resisting? I feel like there's, you know, what are we resisting? Hearing. What are we resisting? I feel like some of us are resisting that time quiet because, you know, in the Four of Cups, this is the shadow deck, but I'm feeling the Rider-Waite imagery coming in my mind. You know, he's sitting by a tree and his eyes are closed. So I feel like there's a resistance to getting quiet and looking internally and meditating, be able to hear the message from spirit, because that's what the Star card upright is about, is being aligned and getting the messages, you know, through there. And so you got it in this aspect, it's upside down here. This is for those Pisceans that have not achieved, because you got the Star card upright over here. So this is for those who haven't achieved the Star card yet, who have not recovered from the Tower or not completed the Tower process, okay? And what's in the way is the surrender to spirit to complete that healing, for the integration of self, for the healing of the divine, feminine, and the masculine. There's something blocking us here. I feel like it's a desire. I feel like a part of this is definitely, I mean, I feel a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear right now, because I feel like what I'm feeling compelled to say is like, it's because of this desire for love, like romantic love, for a partnership. And you might even be in one that's unsatisfying, I don't know, but I feel like fear, because I feel like what some of you are getting is that I'm about to tell you, you can't have that. And that's a terrifying fear to you. And I'm not telling you that. But something that's giving you this much fear, the thought of losing, is an indication that something's, you know, that the desire behind it is what we need to deal with. Okay, it's natural to want to partner up. That's the natural thing for a human to want, is to be partnered. I mean, we are dual inside. We are dual, so it's a natural state to be partnered. But it's what's driving. What we're looking for in that partnership is we need to be finding in ourselves and through spirit, for it to be healthy, for it to be a healthy connection, and for it to not be so painful. Because even though there's this fear of like not having it, and this fear for, you know, of like, okay, I'm never going to attain that, but that once we've had the experiences that have been painful, have been harmful, I can feel the heart, my heart is hurting. I feel rejection is what I'm feeling. Rejection and abandonment underneath it is what I'm feeling. And we're constantly looking to fill that and to replace that. And then it happens again in some way, shape, or form. In friendships too. At work. I mean, it's just like all around us in this particular situation. And this is just the, you know, this is just the latest one here. And then we have the Two of Wands in reverse. So what do we need to release? We need to release ourselves to take action on these ideas that we're having. Some of you have been ruminating on ideas for far too long and haven't taken action. Wands are about action. Two is about making choices. Excuse me. Two is about making choices. So it's time to release yourself to make decisions and to make choices. You know, I'm getting for work, for income, for your projects, the projects you have around you going on. It could be at home as well, because remember 6, the vibration is changes at home. It could be redecorating. It could be moving. It could be changing your living situation. There's a inaction there. So it's time to make decisions, and it's time to take action and to come out of that place of ideas and thinking up in here. And this one, she's holding a crystal ball, you know, and we hold crystal balls for, you know, I'm a witch. We're scrying, for looking in for messages, looking for messages, looking for messages, looking for messages. There's only so long that we can, I don't know if some of you are tarot readers and you've dabbled with tarot, or maybe you go to tarot readers a lot. There's been times where I've wanted a message and I've just been in the cards, and I'm not satisfied with what I'm getting, and I keep going, and then like it gets all scrambled because like there's only so long that, you know, we can do it, and this it's like the message is in front of us. We need to take what the message is. We need to just make the decision. We need to just move forward. We're not always going to have like all of the answers in front of us. We have to learn to just trust ourselves. And wands are about solar plexus, self-confidence, sense of self, soul's purpose, a spiritual experience, and, you know, stepping forward, taking action. So there are things that some of you Pisces are not taking action on, and it's just time to make that decision. Duality, We got duality here. We've got duality here. You know, choices and surrender. Choices and surrender, trusting yourself, trusting your intuition. What energies come? And then, you know, all of that requires this authority. Walking in authority, your own personal authority, your trust in yourself and your own abilities, your own talents, your own skills, your own intuition, your own ability to take care of yourself, to meet your own needs, to make yourself safe, to protect yourself, to love yourself, to heal yourself, and to connect with the divine yourself. I'm feeling so much sadness and grief here, and I get it. I've been there so many times. My heart really, I feel this, but keep remembering you've got the Ten of Swords twice. This is the end of the journey. It's the end of the journey. What energy is coming in to assist you? The moon. Tomorrow starts the disseminating moon phase, or today. It's a fucking past midnight. I don't even know yet. I don't know. The disseminating moon. The releasing power of the moon. And look at this shadow coming out of the water. The shadow part that's coming up is coming up to help. You know, when the shadow was created, it was our true self that got shoved down initially, where we were ashamed by somebody for being who we are. For some of us, it started in infancy. For me, toddler age. Our parents couldn't handle us, or there was drugs or alcohol or whatever. And some of us were older. But our shadow can actually help us. Our shadow is not bad. It's not a demonic entity sitting out here. I mean, it is out here, but it's not demonic. It's not evil. It's not bad. It literally is the part of us that was broken and wounded by the people who were supposed to take care of us. It's there. And this whole time that it's been, I used to say that my inner child was trying to fuck shit up all the time. They were trying to protect me. She was trying to protect me. She was trying to help me and keep me from getting hurt in her own way, like in a way that was like obviously not serving its purpose anymore and causing trouble. Once I realized my shadow was trying to help me, trying to protect me, trying to keep me from hurting, trying to get me loved in the way that I knew love. The way that I knew love was my mother beating the shit out of me and then consoling me, and then rejecting me, and then bringing me back into control to love me, and then rejecting me, and then abusing me, and then bringing me back. That's how I knew love. That's how love was instilled in me from the very beginning. So unbeknownst to me, my shadow was looking for that same pattern this whole time, trying to get me the love I was looking for, not trying to hurt me. Okay, so the shadow that's coming up is to help. When the pain comes up, I'm gonna start crying. When the pain comes up, it's to help. It's to help, it's to heal, it's to make us whole. And we have to, you know, allow it to come up. And we have to embrace that shadow. And we have to see that shadow as that little girl, little boy, little person, if we're non-binary, that was harmed and abused. And look at them as a person who is trying to help us, okay? And the cycle of the moon can help with this process. I mean, I know that the moon, you know, the planet of the moon goes with Cancer, but Pisces, your card is the High Priestess, and she's holding the moon. So I believe that Pisces have a close connection with the moon too, just like Cancers, like I do. I mean, we all do as humans. I mean, we all do. The moon affects us all. Otherwise, the word lunatic wouldn't exist because it comes from the word lunar. The lunar phases affect humans. This is about, you know, this the wild side coming out. I mean, but just allowing it to come out. All I keep seeing in this picture is that shadow. And then there's a crescent moon in here. There's a full moon in here. You know, the number on here is 18. Okay, so that comes after the star. So I mean, we're progressing through the major arcana. That's huge. That number is 9. You know, that's an end of a journey. That's an end. And then you've got that 10 of Swords. That's an end. Although this may feel like the scariest part of the journey of releasing the pain, it's the end. And so it's safe. I'm going to get some clarity on that. But, I mean, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. Do I need anything from this? Let me ask. I'm going to get a Divine Feminine card for that. I haven't even touched. I've only used this deck once. I didn't have to use it. So, oh gosh, of course it's a name I can't say. Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly. Ugh. The goddess of self-knowledge. This is the energy coming in for you. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. Can look her up. I don't know why. I don't know how to get it to not flip backwards like that. I'll take pictures probably in the morning, not tonight, and put them in the comments on Facebook. The goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am. It's a good affirmation for you. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. I just think that's repressed emotions, clarity of mind, you know, dealing with all of this stuff, the night, the moon, it's all going to help you. Okay. What intentions do we need to set or add to the intentions that we have? Because the intentions that we set at the new moon, oh shit, where'd I write that down at? It was, physical activity. Oh God, now I'm getting mixed up. What did we write down for you? Hold on a second. I'm going to grab it because I don't want to give you the wrong thing. I did write it down. Speaking truth in our loving relationships, connecting with nature and exercising. And I forgot about that. We did talk about some of witchy stuff, like using your herbs, doing some magic. I also, what came to mind too was, you know, connecting with the elements, earth, air, fire, water, connecting with elements and doing magic is something that came up with connecting with nature. And if you can get outside, get outside. The weather's been okay. Well, it's been kind of crappy here. I don't know what it's like where you're at, but connecting with nature. And I feel like that also means like literally nature, like who you are at your core. But, so what we're doing is we're adding to that. And surrender was another one you had. And then creating. So those were the intentions that we had set at the beginning of the lunar cycle. So what are we adding to it or changing or whatever, adding to it? So we've got another major arcana card. I mean, this is a call to transcend. It's a call to transcend. It's a spiritual awakening card. It's literally a call to transcend. I always got what angel that is mixed up. I have 3 angels running through my head right now. At first I thought it was Gabriel. It might be Michael. I think it's Michael. Archangel Michael, which I invite them all beforehand. Anyway. Is it Raphael? No, it's not Raphael. That's the healer. It's either Gabriel or it's Michael. I'm not sure. Either way, both heal. Both do miracles. Okay? But this is about a call to transcend spiritually to the next level. It's a leveling up. It's a call to level up. So this is about just making the spiritual thing your priority. I mean, and this is going to happen. This is going to happen whether you work this into your intentions or circumstances bring it about. Because over here you had, you know, the Star card upside down, which means for some of you a Tower could come in again or come for the first time. I mean, so like what I'm seeing across the whole collective in the readings that I'm doing, because you're the final one. I think I'm going to start with you next time, so you don't have to wait to the end. I'll go backwards next time. Is seeing across the whole collective is karmic patterns are being dealt with. Karmic things are being dealt with. And I don't feel like I want to talk about a little bit how I feel about karma. It's not the universe going, you're bad, you're being punished. At some point in your life, you put out a cry to the universe to be healed, to be made whole, to be delivered from the pain that you've gone through, to have joy, to have abundance, to have wholeness, to have happiness. Okay, well, that call is being answered. It's being answered. Whether you respond like I'm going to go out and get that wholeness, or, you know, something's going to come into my life that's going to force me to have to look at it. For me, COVID had to do that to me, isolating me, taking away everything that I could reach out to. And I mean, I've been in recovery for a long time. And I've had incremental progress over the years. And I've been sober almost 10 years. Like, you know, I've made a lot. I've been sober from self-harming for 5 years. I've been in recovery from an eating disorder for a couple of years now. So, I mean, like, I've been in recovery for a long time. But the awakening that I've had, this leveling up, so to speak, I had to have everything taken away from me through COVID and then some other shit that happened. My marriage ended. I mean, a whole bunch of shit. This last 1.5 years, 2 years has been fucking rough. And I had nobody to blame but myself. The last 2 years, not the divorce. That was him. He was a drug addict. Okay, so transcending, awakening. Then we've got the Two of Pentacles. Don't forget to have some fun. in here, balancing, you know, don't forget to work some fun, create, but don't forget to have some fun. And this is about keeping things in balance. That's part of your vibration for the month. You got the number 6 for your vibration for this lunar cycle. I don't want to say month because this is following you into February. So the remainder of the lunar cycle for sure. I don't know if it's going to go beyond that. We'll figure that out when the new moon comes. But, you know, it said this would be a great time for you if you could focus on balance and harmony. Okay, so finding balance, you know, with regard to to your daily responsibilities and, like, you know, all the elements that go with Pentacles. Okay. You know, in the Ace of Pentacles, it's a brand new situation, right? The Spirit's coming in, giving us this new seed, this new beginning, this new life. And then she's like, oh shit, you know, she's trying to balance things. And then after, what comes after her is the 3 of Pentacles, a card of collaboration, bringing in someone to help. So, you know, let's think about, how do we balance things? You know, how do we balance things? We might have to have someone come in and help. Balancing priorities at home. That's number 6 is about home. It's about home first. Home first, then community and friends after that. So how do we balance things at home? So that's being added to the intentions. And then we have the 2 of Swords in this deck. Doesn't do reversals, but have I done reversals anywhere else in this? Nope, I haven't. This deck doesn't do reversals, but sometimes I kind of feel it, but you haven't got a reversal anywhere else, so I'm going to take this as straight up. Because in this deck, the Modern Witch, this particular card is about being in denial and taking the blinders off. So typically this card's about, like, you know, making choices and not, like, using, like, logic and intuition and being balanced, and then that waters the intuition. And, you know, having to make a decision. Also, it's the number 2, so it is about duality. And again, we've got duality here. We've got duality here. We've got duality here. Where else do we have it? You know, I mean, that's another theme that I'm seeing here too for you. You know, there's 2. There's 2. There's 2. There's 2. Oh, we got the 2 of Wands here. A lot of 2s. A lot of 2s. That's the Divine Feminine, and we had the Sacred Geometry activation card in the new moon reading for that. So, as an intention, getting back to this, this is about taking the blinders off and just, we talked about just making a decision. Just, I think the word from Spirit in the beginning was, you just got to make a decision. You got to move forward, whatever this is. There's something that we're in denial about. The blinders need to be taken off. This is something you can manually do yourself. That's what it is about in the Modern Witch's Tarot, is taking the blinders off, looking at the situation objectively, honestly, and then making a decision. So we're going to make decisions on things. That's going to be an intention. Things that we've been putting off decisions on. So, like, make a list of the things that you've been putting off making decisions on, and then let's make decisions. Because you have the ability to, I think of the High Priestess here. Look at this moon, this crescent moon, this number 2. The number 2 is the High Priestess. That's you. That's your card. And, you know, we got this water here. She's sitting there like that. Like, this is like the baby High Priestess. This is what I'm getting, like the baby High Priestess. Okay, you have the ability to do this. You are psychic. You are intuitive. You have this, you know, this flow here. So let's write down the things that we've been struggling to make a decision on. You know, and let's use the energy of the moon to let go of the fear or whatever it is that's stopping us. That's an idea. I've got it. Write down what it is you've been putting off making decisions on. And then write down what it is that has been keeping you from making that decision. And you might need to use tarot for help if you're having trouble, like, getting to what it is. But trust yourself. Trust what comes up when you ask yourself, why am I doing this? If fear comes up, if pride comes up, whatever, trust yourself. Write that down. And then we use the power of the moon to release it. And then we make that decision. Okay? What is the end? Where the hell did that card come from? Well, I'm not going to keep it because I don't know where it goes. It doesn't make sense anywhere else. So, okay. What is the end result for Pisces? Through all of this work of integration of self, of wholeness, of, like, standing up for yourself, of 6, number 6, of home, of self, everything. What is this? Oh, I got the 10 of Cups. That's emotional fulfillment and satisfaction. That is domestic harmony. I mean, that's what 6 is about, is harmony. Domestic harmony, number 1, is your temporary vibration. Domestic harmony. I mean, that's here as well. But this is about emotional fulfillment within. The cup journey is about you. The journey through the cups is about you as the Fool, as the person, as the querent traveling through the major arcana. So this isn't about the family. This is about you finding that emotional fulfillment, regardless of what's down here at the bottom. This is about spiritual and emotional. And this is, the cups rule the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is the seat of self. And that's what these deep wounds are about. You know, those lower chakras, those lower 2 chakras. And this is really about seeing all the good in your life. This is about, you know, 10s are an end and a beginning. And you have the end of the swords. And then you have the end of the cups. And hell, you're about done with the major arcana. This is 20, you know. You're you know, you've got the King of Cups here. You know, you're moving through this process. This is a great cycle for you. This is a great cycle for you. But while you're feeling this, don't forget that that is the end result. Like, keep this in mind. That is the end result. You know, this is the end result inside. But ultimately, this is what you want. That family is what you want. That loving, whatever that is for you, this is ultimately what your 10 of Cups could be different. It may not be a family. It could be, I don't know. It may not be a husband or a wife or a partner and children. That may not be what you want. But your 10 of Cups, what your dream is. That feeling that you're after. That is what the end result is of the work that you're going to do here. Okay? I feel like you just got some deep stuff going on, and I'm just really proud of you. And I feel like I want to just give you something. I feel like I want to just give you something else. Like, I just feel like I want to give you something else. I know what I'll do. I'll do a starseed oracle. You're just getting all the oracles tonight, I guess, because it's like fucking I'm up all night. And also, I feel like Spirit really just, not that, I don't know. Maybe you're like me. I feel like Cancers and Pisces are maybe the favorite. I don't know. I'm going to give a starseed oracle card. And I'm going to read it from the book because it doesn't have enough words at the bottom to really get the idea about it. And I really like what the author's done with these cards. This is not the kind of deck that you intuit. This is something that if you don't read tarot, you go buy this kind of a deck. And this is you read. All right, can I have a card for Pisces to send them on their way for the evening? That's too many cards. I'm not reading that many pages. I'll take those two. I haven't looked, but we'll see. Okay. Okay, you got earthed, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. And you've got you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. And, you know, element of north is earth. And then you got nature as one of your cards and one of your intentions. So give me a second. Where's this damn book? Learning how to be in the world, earth. We got earth like a lot here. So maybe grounding is going to be really, really important here. Getting grounded. That root chakra especially, spine. Also, look up, if you don't know what it is, look up the vagal nerve. Like that's going to be important for you. And the psoas muscle, P-S-O-S, shit. P-S-O-S-A-S. So yeah, that's how it's spelled. Okay, learning how to be... Let me see. Okay. Learning how to be human in a world, but not of it. The challenge for all souls having a human experience is to be in the world, but not of it. To realize they are souls having a human experience and be fully conscious of it. To have their soul fully embody their body. People's personalities tend to relate to either transcendence or immanence. Those who lean towards transcendence have a longing for the heavens and the metaphysical. They yearn for a personal experience with God or the universe or whatever you call them. To be lost in the heavens, they're envious of the angels and are more comfortable praying and hanging out in the stars than on earth. There are those then who tend towards immanence and have attached themselves more to the earth and their body. They spend more time thinking about things in this physical world, more time thinking about things rather than connecting with the heavens or their own mystical inner worlds. Being fully embodied soul having a human experience means finding the balance between transcendence and immanence. Being in the world, but not of it. Most starseeds are drawn towards transcendence. They're more comfortable with the angels and the heavens. Life on earth can be more difficult for them. If this is you, You're being reminded that you chose to be a soul in a body on earth. And you're being called to focus more on your energies in the physical world to learn how to be human, a soul in a human body, fully present to what life on earth has to offer to you. Starseed Soul Inquiry. Do you tend to long for the stars or be more in the physical? How can you find greater balance between the two? Oh, that makes really a lot of sense. You got the Two of Pentacles for that balance. And it's the Earth Pentacles. Okay, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. These are not perfect for Pisces, both of these. I promise I'll get better at this and won't be up this late next time. Well, I don't promise that. I'm going to try. How about that? Okay. The world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, just won't like you. But it's also filled with people who will love you fiercely. They are your people. You're not for everyone, and that's okay, Pisces. Talk to the people who can hear you. Don't waste your precious time and gifts trying to convince others of your value. They won't ever want what you're selling. Don't try to convince them to walk alongside you. You'll be wasting both your time and theirs and will likely inflict unnecessary wounds that will take precious time to heal. You're not for them, and they're not for you. Politely wave them on and continue on your way. Sharing your path with someone is a sacred gift. Don't cheapen it by rolling yours in the wrong direction. Keep facing your true north. Pulling this card means you're being called to embrace your uniqueness to your own weirdness, to let the world see who you really are, to reveal your multifaceted, multidimensional nature, not to dim your light according to who is in your presence, to own all parts of yourself so that your people, the ones who are the same kind of weird as you, can recognize you when your paths cross. How can you embrace your weirdness and not care so much about what other people think? Well, I needed to hear that. All right, Pisces. Well, it has been super real. I'm going to try to get those other cards up in the comments below tonight. But if I don't do it tonight, please forgive me because I have been up all day doing this. I'll get it in the morning. But thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading with you, to be on this journey with you, to share this intimacy with you. It means the world to me. When I do namaste, like I really mean it. The spirit in me recognizes, loves, appreciates, values, and is connected to the spirit in you. As you work to free yourselves, Pisces, you help free me and we help free the collective. So the work we are doing is not just about ourselves, but it's about the collective as a whole. Just love you. And when I say that, I truly mean it. And I can't wait to see what's going on when we talk again in a few weeks. So have a great night and thanks for hanging out with me.